Well, new this morning, dust off Grandma's recipe box. A local church wants your vintage dishes. Julie Nelson from Coon Valley Lutheran Church joins us with those details. Good morning to you, Julie. Thanks for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, you brought an assortment of really interesting stuff. We're excited to get into that. Tell us, first of all, what is a retro dinner and what inspired the event?
Well, a retro dinner is where people can bring vintage recipes that they have made and prepared and bring them for sort of a potluck style dinner at our church. People do not have to make food to come and eat food, but it's a wonderful way to showcase some of those older recipes that maybe grandma or your aunt had made and passed down to you. What inspired the event is, for recent years, our church has had a potluck dinner for our annual meeting every year where people bring prepared dishes. And some people have mentioned that certain dishes are classics or maybe they weren't familiar with before. And I thought to myself it would be kind of fun to do something different and have people create and make these vintage recipes for a potluck dinner at our church. Churches are great at preparing like fish dinners, meatball suppers, pancake breakfasts, but this might be something new that I hadn't heard any church doing in the area. So we created a committee, people jumped on board, and here we are. We're very excited about it.
Yeah, it sounds very fun.
Yeah, my dad used to be a reverend, and he used to make gumbo. They're like, Rev, you bring some gumbo for this time? What are you hoping that folks will bring?
Well, that would be wonderful if somebody brought that. You are welcome to come. But any recipe, really. We're looking for a variety of people that may have that from their family background, or maybe they have an old cookbook sitting around. Some of the cookbooks that we have, you know, are just wonderful classics filled with recipes. So any of those we're looking forward to. We're hoping that we see some desserts. We're hoping that, and one of the dessert examples is maybe rosettes, which is a classic Norwegian
these
dessert.
are beautiful too. Hopefully we can see these on camera. And it looks like this comes from this, right? Is this what you used to make the rosettes with?
Yes, it is.
Very interesting. So that's kind of another vintage method.
Yes, it is. And we are going to have some of these things on display. Vintage items, so when people are sitting there, it will give them some discussion.
Very cool.
And we also have a display table that we're going to have with some of these classic items, and we're going to have someone sitting there, so if people have questions, someone can probably explain to them what it may have been used for or some of the history behind it.
Right on, some good food and good conversation. I grew up with
This cookbook, by the way.
Really? Said he recognized this. This is a Betty Crocker. I'm sure that's a classic one, right?
Yeah.
Lots of stuff will come
These
from
dishes are
there.
gonna make me miss my mom.
Yes. Again, Art, you're welcome to come.
Yeah.
Cool.
And it is Sunday. We've got the
Both of you.
information up on the screen too. So it is Sunday from 11 to 1. Info up on the screen there. And so you don't need to bring a dish, but you do get a little bit of a discount if you bring one.
Yes. What is more vintage than a coupon?
Yeah.
So if you do bring a prepared dish, you can check in with us in the kitchen. And what we will do is write down the name of your dish. And we're going to have these cards available. So if someone going through the potluck line might not recognize it,
they'll know what
it will
is.
have the name on it. But for bringing in that dish, you'll get a $5 coupon off one admission. So for adults, a $10 admission, you get a $5 coupon off of that. So again, what's more vintage than a coupon?
Yes, love it. Okay, well,
And we
that's
also
great.
have some of the fun things that we're going to do is we have these vintage inspired napkins.
Okay.
Remember the old library books and how you could check that out?
Yeah. All right.
just
So you're
vintage,
going
vintage.
all in with the theme.
Yes.
All right. And before we go here, do people need to get tickets in advance, or how do they do that?
No, they can just show up the day of at the church and just get in line, and we will sell the ticket to you. And then if you're not familiar with our church, we'll direct you where to go, and all are welcome. We're just really looking forward to a lot of community, camaraderie, and a lot of stories. So it should be fun.
Yeah, it sounds like a fun time. Based on what you brought today, it looks fabulous. If you need some inspiration, we've got a lot of the Jell-O salads up on the screen.
Yes.
Anything you would say quickly to encourage the community to attend?
I think it's just a fun way to get together. We don't often get to do that a lot anymore, and it's just a nice way to get together where I think people will feel very welcome if they come, and they'll certainly be able to enjoy some really great food. We also have punch from a old-fashioned
Ooh, a
punch
punch
bowl
bowl.
available. So it will just be some really interesting things to see and enjoy.
Okay, well, sounds great. Thank you again for being here, Julie.
Thank you for having
No
me.
problem. Stay with us. We'll be right back.